Yeah, shalom Israel. Before I start, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Maharaka Kadash. God belongs to the elders and apostles in Israel, the rule and teach well, to the Akim on the highways and byways, and those pushing this word in truth and sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, this hopefully should be a short lesson. Hopefully, it's an edifying lesson. And the reason why I'm bringing out this lesson, because a number of times now, I've heard brothers have a go at other people who are trying to keep the commandments to the best of their ability and doing it under a situation which is contrary to us. And as you can see from the title, the law, because it is law that they're having a go at others for doing is Numbers 15:37 in regards to fringes. And you find that brothers that's normally having a go at others for wearing fringes, they themselves don't wear fringes. And there's numerous excuses which is used for not wearing fringes. And one of the excuse that is normally used is we don't wear the same clothing as what we used to wear back then, which really is a simple excuse. The clothing that we wear now is the clothing which we have. We can't do any better than this. Or if you want, you can try and make similar items to what we used to wear back then. You can always do that. But wearing fringes is a law. Slakia. No, wearing fringes is a law. Another thing I've heard is that you see brothers walking around with fringes on their t-shirts and they're just trying to blend in. Well, fringes don't make you blend in. It makes you stand out. Yeah, that's quite simple because the world don't wear fringes. So if you're not wearing fringes, you're more likely to be blending in with the world than standing out. So as for this excuse, because to me that's what it is, for not making the effort to wear fringes. And I'm not saying that everyone's going to be able to wear fringes every day. Some people are. Some people might not be able to, but my point isn't based on that. My point is, or this lesson is to show that it's something which we're meant to do, something that we can do, and using the excuse of we don't wear the same clothes, because what the brother said was, oh, we used to wear robes. So I just want to look at the law and just give some understanding. So this is Numbers 15:37, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. So, it goes on, verse 39, and it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go whoring. So, but what I want to touch on is verse 38. So it says, bid them. That's the first word I want to look at. It says, bid them. What is that word? And what does it mean? Like I said, I've heard it numerous times. Like, if brothers and sisters are trying to keep the commandments to the best of their ability, you shouldn't be trying to have a go at them and disregarding what they're doing just because you yourself don't do it. And making real and truly weak excuses about we don't wear the same clothing. And I'm going to show you something, and that's really basically saying the Most High didn't know what he was speaking about when he told us to do that throughout our generations. We're still generating today. So that was the word in the Hebrew. It says to say, speak, utter, to say, to answer, to say in one's heart, to think. But here's the point: to command. So when it says bid them that they make them fringes, it's saying command them that they make them fringes. So it's a command that it's something that we should be doing. where possible. And always just wear fringes when you're going out to teach on an in a e-pod. You know what I'm saying? So it says, bid them that they make them fringes upon the borders of their garments. So this is the word I want, because the excuse was that, oh, we don't wear the same garments that we did back then. We used to wear robes. But this is that word in the Hebrew. So what did it say? Treachery, deceit, garment, clothing. Yeah, clothing. It says use indiscriminately. So that word indiscriminately, I looked that up. It says in a random manner, unsystematically. So it's not necessarily talking about the clothing that we use, that we wore then. Yeah. It even refers to the clothing that we use now. Yeah. When these things come back to our remembrance and we are rehearsing these righteous acts, this is something that we'll be doing. Yeah. Making fringes in the borders of our garments. Yes, we may wear jumpers and t-shirts today. We weren't wearing t-shirts back then. A brother even said, oh, t-shirts are undergarment. But then when the sun's hot, you'll be in a t-shirt. So why are you just walking around in undergarments? Like, it begs belief at times, man. Yeah, so when we come down in the Strongs, it says from H98, that's like a H898, a covering, it's like a, i.e. clothing, yeah, clothing, also treachery or pillage, apparel, clothes, clothing, garment, lap rag, raiment, robe. Yeah, so that word garment, when it says bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments, meaning your clothing, whatever clothing you're wearing, and it says when? Throughout their generations. Yeah, throughout their generations. Now, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee. So it says we have to go to our enemies, yeah, in nakedness. So let's look up what that is speaking about. Nakedness. Yeah, that's dealing with us wearing clothes, man. We have to go to them for clothing. So here, oh, Slacker. It just says, Lord, Slacker. But it says naked, nakedness. Is that telling us that we have to go to our enemies to be naked? No, meaning we have to go to them for clothing. How do we know? Go to some precepts where that word is used. Here's one here. What's the one I saw before that? Okay. All right. It says Ezekiel. Ezekiel. I read these two. Ezekiel 16 and 39. And I will also give thee into their hand, and they shall throw down thine eminent place, and shall break down thy high places. They shall strip thee also of thy clothes, yeah, of thy clothes, and shall take away thy fair jewels, and leave thee naked, yeah, naked and bare, meaning without clothes. Yeah, so let me look up this word here. I didn't. What the hell? Ezekiel 16:39. I want to see what this word. Can I get it here? Slovakia. What's going on now? There we go. Ezekiel 16. Close. This is funny. Close, yeah? Close. They should strip you off thy clothes. That word close. The same word as garment. Garment, clothing. Covering, clothing. Apparel, clothes. Garment, raiment. And go back. There's another one that I want. Ezekiel 18:7 says, and had not oppressed any, but has restored to the debtor his pledge, has spoiled none by violence, has given his bread to the hungry, and has covered the naked with a garment. Yeah. So I'm going to come here. Oh, it's covered the naked with a garment. That word garment is the same thing we just read. Yeah. Again, garment, clothing, clothes, garment, raiment. So when it says in the law, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments, their clothing. Yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean the clothing we was wearing then. Otherwise, why would it the Most High say throughout their generations, knowing that part of the curse would be that what? Let's read the curse again. Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shall thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, food, thirst, drink, and nakedness for clothes. Why would he tell us to do it throughout our generations, knowing that we won't be wearing the same clothes? So let's not be silly. Let's not be simple. If you see brothers and sisters trying to keep the commandments, just lead them to keep the commandments to the best of their abilities. If you don't want to keep it, that is down to you. Yeah, you can't say that brothers and sisters that's wearing fringes is trying to blend in, because they don't wear fringes today. Majority of the people today don't wear fringes. Yeah, you stand out. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to touch on. Really, it's really annoying me that brothers have the cheek to be speaking against others that's trying to keep the laws to the best of their ability in a situation that is against them, but because you're not doing it, you want to make excuses. That's down to you. Yeah, but with that, I'm going to close out. Give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakadash, Kwam Rasha Allah.